Welcome back to the 2024 end-of-year review of Foodie Beauty's infamous cycles. In this video, we'll pick up where we left off and see how the year ends. Happy New Year, Girl World. It's been a wild one. Let's get started. Cycle 5 started off when Foodie got home to Kuwait after Thailand. As you know, she was getting over some mysterious illness, and of course, she started off the cycle with a healthy-ish grocery haul. Here she is cradling her favorite butter and assorted cheeses. And that's the thing about these big cycle start grocery hauls. Foodie would get a whole bunch of produce, most of it would go to waste, and she'd end up falling back on her old favorites: cheese, pasta, and more cheese.
Actually, I'm kind of hungry. Let's try a bit of the dip on camera. Let's try this. Let's see. Bismillah. That's feta cheese.
I'm not exaggerating when I say that each grocery haul this year had between 2 and 8 different kinds of cheese. Really, no joke. The next video that came out was a little clickbaity. She titled it, "I Let My Husband Control Me." She started out by trying to rewrite the narrative about what had happened in Thailand.
In Thailand, I ordered a lot, and I did have some, there were some times where, I would be alone and just watching a movie or whatever in the hotel, and I would order out again on top of having had supper and stuff like that. And then I would order snacks or go to the 7-Eleven and have snacks. And
the truth of the matter is, that isn't what happened at all. Foodie ate so many edibles and stayed so high the entire time she was in Bangkok. Every day was an endless cycle of snacks, meals, and more snacks. Her munchies were her constant companion.
I realized, left to my own devices, being in private, I was able to just do whatever I wanted to, and was also able to hide things from my husband. This is new for him. He's a a person who doesn't have issues with food at all. They eat to live, and they don't think about food after they've eaten. They're good. They don't think about their next meal after that.
Total BS. By this point, Salah had lived with Foodie for about 2 years, and either had been eating with her or watching what she ate on camera. Nothing she did was new to him. Nothing at all. If anything, I think he saw more than we did.
So this is like a whole new thing for him. I did mention when we met, because I feel it's important to be transparent with somebody, especially if you're planning on marrying them.
Foodie must be talking to the hypothetical new audience here, because I think we can all remember Foodie's food-related tantrums.
I bet you Krispy Kreme is open. Or Dunkin' Donuts. Is Dunkin' Donuts open?
Dunkin' Donuts closed.
Maybe it's a sign. There's no donut places open at all?
There is, but not the famous ones. Like local donuts, if you want to. I don't know.
Local donuts?
It's from fresh juice shops.
The juice shops, they probably have...
It's not main for the, not
yeah.
main for the donuts.
They're probably stale. What about Krispy Kreme?
They closed, babe. I can show you here. It's closed.
No Krispy Kreme!
CLOSED.
Nah.
Wallah.
I hate 1:30 in the morning.
I'd bet you dollars to donuts that Salah played out that little scene many, many times a week.
What I'm talking about when I mean control is I'm letting him control things that I have no control over. So yes, I let him control me with eating now. ordering out. So I'm letting him help me with that. And what I mean by that specifically is I've decided to show him everything I eat, everything I put in my mouth.
This part of the plan didn't last long, and it eventually became Salah telling Foodie to get on the treadmill if she ate something bad. He would, of course, accompany her on the keyboard. Yay. As it usually does, a cheat day appeared and started the derailment portion of Cycle 5. This one was roasted chicken. But hey, at least we got her to admit that it's nothing more than glorified fried chicken.
I can't eat with the spoon. It's messy. I'm tired of trying so hard. Don't I look exhausted? Like, I'm exhausted. I feel like I'm trying so hard to be demure. I just need a day of like letting it out, you know? So here we are.
Remember what she said just a week prior about the fast food and chicken skin in Thailand? Yeah.
I still have that, like, when I think of certain foods, this particularly fried, fatty, non-nutritious food, I feel ill. And, you know, I'm very thankful for that right now, because I don't know if I had that feeling, if I would be so strong, if I would have that willpower, the same willpower. I don't know. I don't know if that will ever come back. I'm sure at some point I will get cravings for certain things. I'm sitting here eating chicken skin with you fine people.
It was all kind of downhill from here. At one point, Foodie ordered some pasta bechamel and proceeded to eat it with a whole bunch of pita. Carb upon carb upon carb. Her words, not mine. In a video titled, "I Had a Rough Week, Lifestyle Changes Are So Hard," she tried to explain a little bit better about how she was feeling.
And I guess sometimes you just get tired. You just get really tired and burnt out. And I think that's what's happening with me right now. And also, just like I said, fall, Halloween, it's like a comfort time for me. And I'm seeing all these, like, you know, treats on online grocery stores, like, or like restaurants, like dessert places that have like pumpkin cupcakes, and Krispy Kreme has pumpkin spice donuts. And I'm not usually a sweet tooth person, but just the fact that it's like pumpkin spice and like reminds me of all the fun I've had in the fall at home back in Canada, and wanting to bring it here. It just makes me crave, like, this time of year makes me crave comfort food in general, you know. Pot pies, rich pastas.
Is it just me, or did she seem incredibly animated and happy when she was talking about her comfort foods? One important thing to notice here is her appearance. Foodie seems to be retaining a lot of fluid in this video, and if you can tell, her eyes are not quite right. It's still something that people are talking about to this day. 'Cause see, while Foodie's worried about her weight and what she's eating, she's completely neglecting her actual health. She has a set of guidelines from her internal medicine doctor, which includes limiting her fat, salt, carbohydrates, eggs, and red meat, and she's ignoring all of that at this point. Cycle 5 came to a screeching halt with Foodie's Halloween mukbang, which featured Krispy Kreme donuts and more fried chicken.
I'm supposed to be No Face from Spirited Away. But I don't know, it kind of looks like John Wayne Gacy had a love child with no face. So anyway, today is like my favorite like day of the year, and I just really wanted to have like a huge treat day, just go all out, and I certainly did. So for my big treat meal, trick or treat meal, I'm having some knife chicken restaurant, so some cheese sticks, a steam like knockoff Mountain Dew, I guess, curly fries, cheese sauce, chicken burger, and some Halloween donuts from Krispy Kreme.
What Foodie fails to realize here, and pretty much in every cycle, is that there's always another holiday. There's always a change of season. There's always a reason to cheat or treat yourself. Her kidneys don't care that it's Halloween, and she just keeps shoveling in the crap. It's as if she just thinks that everything's fine because, it's a holiday.
I'm gonna try the Dracula. I love Dracula. Okay, beauty bite.
And that was the end of cycle 5. Dredge it in flour, deep fry it, cover it in frosting, and stuff it with blueberry jam. But cycle 5 was a short one. Cycle 6 began just after Halloween. Foodie was still in Kuwait, and just like the other cycles, she kicked it off with a grocery haul. This one was a bit different though. Instead of starting out with healthy food, she went straight for her favorites: snacks, cheese, and tons of bread. Instead of having chicken and salad every day, she wanted to incorporate intuitive eating back into her diet.
These are bad, but I needed to do a cookie accountability checkers. I don't know why I would say that, but seriously. I just want to have these like as part of my snack at night with a glass of milk. It's the Chips Ahoy original. Yeah, I love these.
Now you may have noticed that every now and then in my mukbang macros videos, I'll do something called the cookie exchange. This came about during cycle 5, I think, when Foodie showed some Oreos and said that she knew she should stop at 2 because she was diabetic. So after that, I started translating big meals by the carbohydrate count to show how many Oreo cookies it represented, just for carbs. FYI, one Oreo has 8.5 grams of carbs in it.
These were on sale. These are my favorite. And this is the sweet chili pepper Doritos, and they're very small bags. Let me show you. A handful of chips. 100 calories per bag. So I allow myself one of those at night with my shisha and everything. These also were on sale, but I don't like the cheese that much, so the cheese kind. So these are for Salah.
These were on sale or these were for Salah are two very common mantras during cycle 6. Foodie basically bends over backwards to excuse away her food choices.
You guys remember zesty cheese Doritos? Those were good, actually. They don't have them here, just the nacho.
One of the biggest issues that Foodie has with intuitive eating is that her intuition leads her down the wrong path. In pretty much every cycle, she admits that she can't control herself around snacks, but that doesn't stop her from buying chips, ramen, or cookies.
The fried noodles indulge me. I'm trying not to say I can't have this food. I'm trying to do a lifestyle change, be realistic, make small changes. So instead of eating 3 packs, eating 1. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's 10 packs here.
Without the healthy portion at the beginning, cycle 6 was very similar to cycle 5. Foodie pretty much just eats what she wants and doesn't pay attention to the nutritional values. Now, one big change happened in Kuwait. Foodie started driving by herself, so takeout and drive-thrus were back on the table. You could tell the difference when Salah ordered something because it was local and cheaper versus when Foodie went out to get her own food. She was all about the morning coffee bees and the American chain restaurants.
The ultimate fat ass move. Come on.
It was during one of these solo outings to Chipotle that we could really notice a change in Foodie's facial features. The swelling in her cheeks was really prominent, and her sunglasses even left little indentations.
Cilantro rice, 3 kinds of salsa, sour cream cheese, pinto beans. That's it. They didn't have like mixed peppers or anything, but I didn't want guac, so yeah. So let's take a chip and try eating it with a chip. I don't know, as a spoon or something. So, oh my gosh. And yeah, there's chicken if I didn't mention that. What in the heck? Beady bite! Alright, here goes.
In a way, it was as if Foodie was trying to invoke her former self. Driving, going out and getting her own food, beezing for hours and hours on end. It was like deja vu. And then, just a couple of weeks ago, we got a video called I Am Leaving YouTube for Now. We now know that Foodie bought a couple of seats and flew back to Canada for Christmas. We also know that Foodie doesn't really limit herself at all when she's back home in the Western world. So in a way, Cycle 6 is sort of a non-issue. It'll just carry over into 2025 when we start Cycle 1 of the new year. If you've been following along with this spreadsheet, then we're closing out the year with a total of 6 cycles, some of them longer than others. Foodie has been in and out of clinics and hospitals both in Kuwait and Canada for things like hyperglycemia, supposedly norovirus, sciatica, and recurring kidney infections. She spent several months out of this year being bedbound, and her type 2 diabetes remains pretty much not under control. Because of this, she's gone from being on an oral medication for it to now being insulin dependent. Looking back at this past year as a whole, it's pretty easy to see that Foodie's health has gone downhill. It'll be interesting to see what changes she makes, if any, in 2025. Drop me a line in the comments and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. I sit here looking for an answer. Maybe the biggest question was in the last chapter. You gave me the soul I have today. Without you I never could have moved away. But now I see what you teach. I do believe I always should have stayed. Yeah. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. One day I'll be Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 get something from nothing. Life changes just open the door. One thing's certain, I'll always be